Dear, today I played Borderlands post-sequel and it was not great. To start with, the second game wasn't exactly a masterpiece of storytelling by any means, but it worked fine as an excuse to murder the population of a planet and provided comedy now and again with witty moments, wacky characters and of course Handsome Jack carrying it all the way through for me.
Hey, how did pretzels suck?
Here we have Calypso twins, two stupid turds interesting enough to maybe fill up 2 side quests and then be quickly and brutally executed in the boss fight for player satisfaction. Because that's going to be the only reasonable desire in your head every time you hear them talk.
You were like, oh, my powers!
Now, to be fair, Troy and Tyrene are not the main problem. Every character sucks just as bad as they are, the only difference being that the twins are in the focus for the whole game. They have this thing when they drop an obnoxious amount of exposition in the most straightforward way possible, as if you were a dumb baby that just popped into existence and grabbed the controller. Oh, what's this? Is he a siren? He has these tattoos on his hands.
I'm the siren. He's just a parasite. Literally, when we were born, our father had to cut him off me. Now I'm the only thing keeping him alive.
Now, while you are struggling me to death, could you kindly explain how this magic that's killing me works?
I can leech the power from any living thing.
Really? Just exposure? Oh, Jesus.
Legendary Vault Hunter. Slayer of the Destroyer.
I can do this thing.
Firehawk.
Isn't that
So
interesting?
many titles.
My rival.
Little impact.
Wait, what happened here? I didn't get it.
Well, I've taken your powers.
In one side quest at Atlas, just after killing Kadagawa, Janitor transplanted the brain of his sick friend into basically a giant rat. It was explained through environment and 2 audio logs.
I gotta save my friend, he's sick. I know I'm just a janitor, but I gotta do something. I saw an ad on the Econet for online courses in advanced surgery and neuroscience. 100% guaranteed degree at 10% the price. That could work. I mean, you can't put something on the Econet if it's not true, right? Okay, the course is going great, but now they're saying I need specimens to do tests on. Where the heck am I gonna get brain samples from? Ah, crap. Reese just sent me a maintenance order on a ratch nest in Sector 19. Ugh, I'll never save my friend if I keep having to clear out ratches. Unless...
But then this Captain Obvious joins the battle.
Terry was my best bud. When my human body got sick, he vowed to save me. He took some EchoNet courses and found this lab.
Yeah, we need to fucking explaining after fucking 2 echologs I listen. Come on. Jeez. Reese, originally from Telltale's take on the Borderlands, is a completely different character here. And I doubt that if Gearbox stepped over their greed or whatever the drama was about and got the real voice of Reese back, it would change things drastically, as evidenced by Vaughn. It's the same actor from the Tales from the Borderlands, but it doesn't really help. The things he says...
We're tight, bro. Super tight. Like, bro tight.
The idiocy he manages to produce with his mouth is so annoying and embarrassing that I doubt that any voice actor could help it.
Oh my rippling pecs! Oh, I want to have her babies. Is it me? Is it this guy? Is he doing it now? Yeah, get it, son!
Ugh.
Bandit life!
Blood feud!
Cardio life! Blood feud!
The other character that managed to top it off was written from scratch Ava.
What you got, Gate? Nothing, bitch! You got nothing!
She made such a first impression that my internal spam filters kicked in, and for the rest of the game I couldn't hear most of the things she said. Lorelei was another new and extremely unlikable character.
Slag me!
Slag me! Solid kill, Vault Hunter! That guy was a real wank muffin.
But luckily she had one very positive characteristic: she wasn't in the game for too long. Which brings us to the old characters that briefly appear in the story to have their own little intros, then to provide some fun service with one meaningless side quest, and then to be ignored for the rest of the game. And that's perfect. They seem to be less affected by bad writing. They won't make you cringe at every sentence they deliver, but won't make you laugh either. There are only two old characters that actually matter in the main story, and that's Lilith, who does her heroic speeches all the time without attempting to be funny, thanks for that, and Tennis. There is a lot of Tennis in this game, and she was one of my favorites in the second Borderlands. She was an extreme hyperbolic version of sociophobe who would react unreasonably wildly on simplest social interaction.
A young woman said hello to me today. I stared back at her, my mind screeching.
And now she gives advices how to behave in a society. Oh yeah, Maya had a part in the main plot, by which I mean getting her sorry ass Thanos in what appears to be the most lame death in the series.
Be ready.
Back to Hyperion Resurrection Machine. Then Lilith tried to top it off by sacrificing herself out of the blue, which felt completely unnecessary, but I think Maya still has a crown. Also, fun fact, I've been going through all stages of COVID while playing this.
Here, Vault Hunter, all yours.
Which maybe influenced my perception, and as we all know, coronavirus alters the sense of smell as well as taste, primarily taste in games. Because we're not sick, I would think that placing cosplayers in front of an active fan to make faces at camera with wide shots on their eyes is the best thing ever, and doesn't look unsettling or distracting at the same time. Also, I would probably appreciate intros much more, and wouldn't think that most of them have no idea or purpose behind them. You don't have to be creative, original or funny. Whoop-de-doop-de-doo, I'm looting random corpses.
Cool if I take this. Thanks,
Oh,
later.
time for posing. It says a lot about my character, I swear. Or this bloody badass. That's totally two words people have in mind while thinking about this character.
World's greatest commander. That is so totally mine. I'm the coffee commander now.
Or this. You probably didn't get it, but title belongs to this man, the only person on the screen. Surprising, I know. I constantly had this feeling that this game was created for a completely different audience, that I'm not supposed to play this. The feeling you would probably get while playing unironically Dora the Explorer or some Japanese dating sim. I see most of the things they try to do, but I just don't understand why they would think it would be fun for anyone. Now I had to strain my memory, but there were some things I did enjoy. A parody on Tommy Wiseau from The Room was short and they played it around funny enough.
I finally can be able to tell my parents I am famous film man. Action! Now come back for your bunches of money.
Reese actively picking the most gayest drone to hack with lubricant, ambient light, etc. That was good. Also, don't shave his mustache, I can't stress it enough. His face somehow looks even more uneasy without it. I did enjoy the delivery in Typhoon audio logs with a goofy southern accent that seemed more self-aware and free. Right until Planet of Iridians, there it gets kinda bad. I did like a side quest with Mordecai where you need to go on a birthday party of deceased girl and have a choice to beat her records in various of challenges in front of her mourning dead. Now, if we put characters and writing out of the picture and look at Borderlands from a gameplay perspective, suddenly things are getting much more brighter. They didn't turn gameplay into something completely different, they just took what they had and improved upon it. There are more guns, more slick animations, shotguns now knock off enemies sometimes, and I think you feel much more power behind each shot. New parkour mechanics, grabbing onto ledges, sliding, slamming down from pre-sequel that I didn't use that much. Your guns reload much more interestingly, though there are a lot of gun combinations that I filtered right away. Any COV gun, Maliwan gun that charges before each shot, which pretty much all of them. Hyperion sniper rifles, which still somehow are not banned in civilized world. Atlas guns with homing projectiles were good, it's a nice addition to the arsenal. And pretty much it's Borderlands 2 with a big plus. Looking at this objectively, they do seem to improve on every aspect without changing the core of the game. Except they did ruin it for me with the broken, overpowered guns. About 14 hours I've been playing normally, experimenting with the new guns, swapping heads with sniper rifles as I like, until I got SMG from Kilovolt that murdered everybody extremely fast. Still, you had to be close and it needs to be reloaded very often. Then after that I got Maliwan legendary pistol that obliterated everything from a distance, and from this moment there was no point in using anything else. Next broken gun was Jacob's, which was even more overpowered, and I've been using it the longest, probably 1/4 of the game. And shortly at the end there was a corrosive assault rifle with which you point and it kills everything, including you. Was it everyone's problem or it's just me? I don't remember in the second game such huge amount of legendary items in your inventory and such big difference in power that I had to change my playstyle. Because how can I honestly use a sniper rifle with knowing that it will do probably 1/3 of the damage than my broken ass pistol? And okay, it seems like easy enough problem to fix. You just need to tweak loot system a little bit, bring those crazy guns closer to Earth, and if this problem goes away, you have the same old Borderlands 2 experience with a bunch of improvements. But yeah, I don't feel it's ever going to happen, seeing how it's been over a year now since the game release and we still have obvious UI problems nobody cared to fix. The map with ridiculously low sensitivity, it barely moves when you drag it with the mouse and when you scroll, and usually it's better to use arrows on your keyboard. And there is a problem with focusing when you can accidentally teleport to the place you didn't want to just because you happen to hover a mouse over fast travel icon. And what DLC I need to buy to exit inventory pushing one button? When you're pressing escape or tab, it for some reason highlights a bag icon, and only then you can press the same button and escape the inventory. But if your mouse been hovering over an item, it will focus on an item instead, and you will not be able to exit inventory until you move it. Considering how much you need to quick check your inventory every time you pick up some item, you can imagine how annoying this can become. Speaking of DLCs, they had a side quest making fun of microtransactions in games. I know, Gearbox joking about microtransactions. People that literally sell you season passes, skins, and even skill tree for every character as DLCs for a pricey sum are trying to troll these bad, greedy companies that use microtransactions. This is very amusing. Challenges like sabotaging radio stations or hijacking cars very quickly become boring and repetitive. Examining various death scenes of claptraps, even if repetitive, is somewhat amusing. Every other challenge you can skip with no second thought. It's completely unrewarding in the end and tedious. And Iridian writings are like a spit to the face. They scattered these alien stone tablets you can't access throughout all the maps. At the beginning of the game I thought they will just tease you a little bit and then give you the tool to decipher them. In the middle of the game I thought, surely you should give me this tool right now, it's getting a bit ridiculous. Then at the end I thought it must be a New Game Plus thing, because they can't possibly give you this tool at the very end and expect players to go to every point of low level maps to just click on every stupid stone tablet. And of course, this is exactly what happened. And so, Borderlands 3 was joyless, embarrassing slog of a game to play through. Story-wise it was bad, honestly atrocious, and with no easy fix in sight. Gameplay almost worked, it's not as hopeless. It took me 55 hours to complete, and my enjoyment level will be half 100. Actually wait, I feel a bit possessive about my enjoyment points. What if I run out of them and for the next time won't have enough to rate a better game? No, we can't have that. Let's just lower it a little bit and give it a pretty marketable look. And if you want a better rating, you might be interested in my mega super handsome bloody badass DLC for this review, just for a nominal sum of... Who the hell is doing this and why? What the fuck? Are you okay there, buddy? Do you have some anger management problems?